Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, a big warm welcome. I'm really pleased you've joined me, and if you're here for the first time, subscribe, join my little Cockney Craft family. I'm sure you'll have fun with me. Right, so I need to do a flip through, right? Well, I think this is going to be the longest flip through I ever have to do, because I've made the biggest journal that I've ever made. So I've put it in this bag. So what I'm going to do is take everything out, because there's other stuff in there as well. Show you the bag, and then we'll look at the bits inside and then the journal. So this is Lily journal. Sorry, I'm just I'm just taking the stuff out of the bag. Right, that's everything. Okay, right. So this is the bag, and we've got, it's like a big tote bag, right? So probably not getting it all on cam. So right, there's the bottom. I'm going across. We've got a little copper coloured bulb in there with a little copper coloured rose bead. We've got a couple of butterflies and these lovely applique pieces at the bottom and top that I think are lovely. We've got a little bulb pin up here, a silver one, with these little gems here, like a little, it's part of a piece of costume jewellery. There's a piece of this in the journal as well, so I thought it was really nice for some continuity. We've got a lovely brooch there, and talking of continuity, that's why I've done a great big tassel. Hang on, we've all looked around everything. I've got so much stuff on here. So I've done a nice big tassel. We've got another piece of costume jewellery, and there is a piece of this in the journal as well, so that is hanging there. Then we've got another chain with like a kind of cluster and like a bit of a sort of little bits of stuff going all the way down. So let's say like a waterfall kind of beads. I keep sticking things to my tool there. Right, so yeah, we've got different beads. We've got glass beads, metal beads, clay, some like just plastic ones. Oh, and we've got a little key there. We've got a music heart. Have we got something? No. We've got a key there. We've got a heart here, a little cross, a little flower. Oh, an angel. That's the lovely brooch I got at a flea market, and I've been saving that one for something that I thought would go like this kind of era, right? And then we've got a nice cluster here in like purples and that of all different beads. Again, some are plastic, some are glass. And there's a little angel, a little guardian angel there as well, and there's a little cross. We've got a Votes for Women, did I say this? Votes for Women badge, and it's got the WSPU on there. And then on the back, oh, and we've got different bits of lace and that at the top and at the bottom. And then on the back we've got lace at the top here. This time we've got another one of those flower beads, but it's gold, so it's on a gold bulb pin. Another bulb pin here with a little tassel and a little little bead, like just a nice little piece. And then we've got another piece of that applique. We've got another little butterfly, and we've got lace trim going across the bottom. So that is the bag that holds everything for, like, the journal fits inside nicely. I couldn't find a big enough bag, and I was going to make one, but then I saw this and I thought I bought them plain and zhuzhed them up. So that was my idea. Yeah, and so yeah, on the tassel there's sari silks, there's ribbons, there's little tiny beads, there's eyelash trim, this fluffy trim. So yeah, there's loads going on, and it kind of matches the tassel on the journal, but we'll come to her in a minute. So I've put the little notepad that I made with you on camera. I've put a couple of little tags in there. There's a bird in a cage, and there's a lily there, and it's just a little notepad of different papers. That one is from one of Amy's kits. I think it's buttons, but what I'm going to do, I've used a few of Amy's kit pages in this journal, and I've used one or two of Denise's WondubarCrafts. So I'll link Crafty Cat USA and WondubarCrafts, both those Etsy shops, down below. Then we've got a Votes for Women newspaper, and because the journal is so big and so bulky, even folded up, this is just gonna not fit. So it's the whole thing. It is a replica. I'll tell you what I did. I sent off for a replica pack that had all the things I wanted. I have actually had this newspaper before, and there's advertisements that I've used and things when I used it just for ephemera, but like cutting it up. But yeah, so I regretted that I'd done that now that I wanted it. So that was like a year or so ago. So I sent off for this one, and yeah, that's in there. There is also a couple of posters about the WSPU and processions and stuff, like when they would march through London. So I've popped them in there. And then this journal is for Laurie. It was a custom order, and I call them concept journals. Is when I do a journal and I write a story that accompanies it. Sometimes I've done it before where the story unfolds through a series of letters that go through the journal, and so you have to read each letter to find out the life story of that person. But this one, I wrote a story, so it's these pages, there's 14 of them, they're all full. So yeah, that's like, it's like a mini book really, and it's called London's Finest Lily. So that is that. That is everything now that was in the bag. So I'll just pop them all in, and I love that flower. It just, sorry. It's just something that I really like. And so this is her. I hope you can see her from, like, with the camera angle. She's absolutely huge. She's got a nice big curved spine. She is about, roughly, it's difficult to measure when she's so chunky like this. She's about 8.5 by 6.5. Yeah, about, and the spine is about 2.5 to 3 inches, and I did a tassel to match the one on the bag. There's some similar ribbons, or some of them are the same, and there's a couple of other bits. We've got, hang on, we're caught on the tool, right, let's just get the charms so you can see. There's again like a sort of waterfall going down. We've got a butterfly there which features, as you've seen, on the bag, and I've done the front of the journal to match, and some little bits. And then we've got this other one with gems on and things, and there's a angel wing, a shooting star, and an angel to guard over our journal. And then on it, as you can see, we've got the butterflies, we've got the nice applique that we had on the bag as well to match. We've got this lace going over, and at the back we've also another one of those lovely butterflies. There's a sari silk closure, and what it says on here is, a book is a dream that you hold in your hands. And I love that because I'm an avid reader and journaler, and yeah, I just thought it was a nice thing. And I sort of went over that with Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and then just cracked it and that, so it looks really old. And yeah, I've added like a couple of like little flowers and things. So that is her outside. And yeah, she is really chunky. She's got 280 pages, which I think is probably the biggest journal I've ever done. So yeah, there you go. So we'll just crack on and go through. Oh, before I start flipping through, I'll give you a little condensed version of the story. So it's my great nana called Lily, and she was born in 1895 to a costermonger and his wife, which is a market stall trader. You know, you have a stall outside a pub, or in the, our markets are like a street just with loads of wooden stalls outside shops, and then people just pay for a little pitch, sell whatever, you know. So they was that. But she left school at 12 and wasn't suited to that kind of life, so she went into service. And this is where, obviously, I weren't there for all this. I don't know a lot of this, so fiction has come in with the reality, you know. In this one, she bees a lady's maid to a lady called Lady Elizabeth, and they become such friends. Like, she's only 12, the woman she's going to be a maid to is 14, and yeah, they become like best friends. And then they join the WSPU, and then later on, when Sylvia Pankhurst, daughter of Emmeline Pankhurst, who founded the women's suffrage movement, that Sylvia, her daughter, branches off and forms the East London Federation of Suffragists. And yeah, my nan did go to their meetings and was involved with that. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Oh yeah, and so that it's really easy to write on, the fabric that I've stitched the pages to isn't attached. So there's lots of like movement, because yeah, it's not glued down there, it's firmly attached elsewhere. But yeah, in the middle, and then I didn't glue it to the thing, I've just sewn it on and then attached the fabric, and then you can still like write quite flat when you take all the all the stuff out. So anyway, I've put an ex libris in the front. This here is like a pretend, it's letter to my great-great-grandfather, because it's the lord that she gets a job for, writing for the father's permission that she gets the job. And I've thrown a couple of bits of Latin in here and there. One afternoon off per week, taken each Wednesday, ab initio, that means from the start, so from the first week she writes there. I shall receive 3 square meals a day per diem, and that's per day. But yeah, really posh people in this country, even now, still like to throw in a bit of Latin. Listen to Boris Johnson, you'll hear him do it a lot. So I did that in there, but yeah, I typed this up and done the signature and that myself. So yeah, I've got an altered bobby pin, I think this is, over here, because it seems a bit long. Might be an altered paper clip, it might be, but I think it's an altered bobby pin. We've got a nice old button there, and that's out of my nan's button box, so I don't know how old it is, but yeah, it's out of there. And then over here we've got a ticket for a procession for the Votes for Women, and it's going from Victoria Embankment to Hyde Park, and it says about it what the ticket is, like you've got to have the ticket and that. So that's that. And there's a little WSPU badge there as well. Here we've got a little notelet in the, and I've put the colours of the women's suffragette movement. It was purple, green and white, so I did that with some ribbon and raffia. I think we did this on camera. And then that's from Amy's purple kit. And so yeah, I just did that there. We've got this nice trim going down here, and also this lovely pleated trim. Lots of nice coffee dyeing throughout this book, like this as well. That is from like a doily gifted to me by the lovely Dawn, and yeah, it just makes really beautiful imprints. So yeah, I do want to show you everything, but yeah, there's 280 pages, so there is a lot to get through. I did these on camera, I think, with that little wax seal, and we've got those little beads there. there's 5 signatures. Oh, that's just a image of, I think it's Piccadilly Circus. But yeah, so I printed that. This was from the pack. There was like some postcards and things, and so yeah, I sent off for a pack, so I would have lots of nice authentic ephemera, and they do say on them that somewhere that they're replicas, but I just thought it would be really nice. And yeah, I've made this look sort of middle kind of pocket. I just thought it was just for a change. I got some nice coffee dyeing effect there, and I don't know how it went this colour, but it did, and I was over the moon with it. So yeah, I put that in, and then we made this on camera, I remember, because remember I said I'd been saving that earring for a special occasion. So yeah, this is that occasion. And like I said, I have used images from quite a few of Amy's kits. That's from my Lily kit. This is a doily from Denise at WondubarCrafts, one of her avocado guide ones. This is from Amy's freebie that she done for all subscribers. Remember when she hit 10k subscribers? I think she did a freebie, couple of pages of collage. So that lady there, I just thought it was perfect, and the colours and that, so she went in there. And that's a little receipt from my Papers Past kit. This is in the Lily kit, and yeah, the Lily kit I designed while I was starting this journal. It was and it evolved. I was going to do it just old London, it weren't going to be nothing to do with Lily, and then I got her into my head and I couldn't get her out, and so that had to be the first kit that I did. So yeah, a lot of my heart is in it. We've got just a cluster there, that's from the kit. This is from a really old book. We've got another little cluster down the bottom with some pearls. This is from one of Amy's kits. I do think it is buttons, but yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm just going to link to the shop. This is some of that handmade mulberry paper that I got for my birthday last year from Denise. Oh, there's some lovely coffee dye in there. This page is in the kit. I'm saying the kit, the Lily kit, yeah. Yeah, more of that. Amy's paper. And yeah, so this one was, and that's the medal for if you went on hunger strike. And yeah, they was force fed. It was horrific, but yeah, I was brought up being told women did all these things. You must vote, because people sacrificed and went through terrible tortures and even died for the right for me to have a say in the world, and even be doing stuff like sitting here now. You know, back in the day, women could only do jobs that their husband permitted and things like that. And so yeah, I was brought up by very strong women, and yeah, they're in my little art. I'm touching my art now. Right, there's some lilies and the kit. This is from Amy's purple kit as well, and it was a birthday card, and I just stuck believe over the bit that said happy birthday, because how well does that go with this journal? It's just perfect. So yeah, I was made up using that. That's another page from the kit. That's the other bit of that coffee dye on the other side. What we got in here? Oh, these tags are in the kit, and yeah, that one's got a little collage on the back. That one's just plain. Oops. And oh, here there's like some, this is Emmeline Pankhurst, like Mrs. Pankhurst. On the back there's a few of these. This came with the kit of replicas that I bought, and it says it's down the bottom, from the Museum of London, this replica. And on the back there's, it makes a puzzle. you can put them all together and like do a puzzle. Or a game. Yes, not a puzzle, a game. When you put it all together, there's like a ring, and it's like one of them little games where you move your little person round. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, this is the other bit of like, that's a Oxford Street back in the day, and I've put some flowers there. This isn't from the kit. I think there's 3 pages in here that aren't from my Lily kit, but I designed them exclusively for Laurie, for allowing me to use my own first ever kit in her journal, for trusting me. I did 3 pages that, yeah, for exclusively just to Laurie. So yeah, those ones won't be available. Lovely, lovely coffee dye markings there. This altered bobby pin, I've used one of my really long bobby pins, and you see that big bit of jewellery that was on the bag, and it was all just costume jewellery. That one, well, that's another piece of that. They was all part of this like fancy necklace, but it was already broke. And yeah, I was buying stuff at a flea market, and the man just said, "Do you want these?" And there were some broke bits. So yeah, I've been saving them for something special, because it's gorgeous. And even though it's not purple and green, it's red and green, the colours do still look quite authentic. And I've got the word dream on there, and this is a replica of a member's ticket to the Society of Disgruntled Militant Suffragettes. And yeah, that's your membership card. And let me just say, also, when I was making the kit, and I did find some bits that of suffragette ephemera or images that was copyright free, and when the kit came, when I bought the pack of vintage replica ephemera about the suffragettes, that's another one of them cards. Look, you see, that's the bit where you march round on your little thing. There was a couple of images that was in this pack that I bought, but yeah, so I haven't copied them from the pack. They was public domain images, those couple. And yeah, that's a receipt from my Papers Past kit, and here it's got Joy there, and that was that first signature. Second signature, more nice coffee dye in, nice and grungy there. That's from my Lily kit, a nice old book page, just a plain page. That's the plain page that can print, it's just backing paper that was in the kit as well. But yeah, I've just done both sides of that, because I really do like those markings from them. Another page from my Lily kit, another one of those little images of Mrs. Pankhurst marching along surrounded by police, and it's got the thing on the back. This was in the Lily kit, but this is the original. That's the one I made, and then I scanned it, so you can cut it out in the kit. But yeah, that's the one I done, and it's just an altered receipt. And so holding that closed, nice little bow with a tiny little button out my nan's button box. I'll put that there in that belly band. And this is John, my great granddad, and they did meet when they was both in service for like a posh, well-to-do family. And look here, the photographs that are of them. This one's in the kit, and the bit at the bottom, it says photographer to the royal family. And so yeah, they would get to have things like that because they worked for a really, really well-to-do family. So this is from the kit. This is from Denise's Spring Blooms Friendship. I do know that. Big tag. I don't know if that one is in the kit. No, that one's not in the kit. What it was, it's just a bit of the page, and I've just cut it up and I've collaged on the back with not some nice room to write. An old dictionary page, just some lovely coffee dyed markings. This is from my Papers Past kit. This is from the Lily kit. It's a what's it called? Postcard image, but it was this one that came with the replica pack that I bought, but it's in different colours, and another part of that little game. And then this is one of Dawn's tube pockets that she did, and I've just put a little Votes for Women image down there, and a journaling card with a nice charm, and there's one to journal on the back. And that was yeah, one of Dawn's ideas, and I watched that video, fell in love with it, and yeah, I can't stop using them. Oh, I haven't put my little ticket to, that's to Epsom Racecourse from Victoria, and if you know your history, you know that at Epsom Racecourse, one of the suffragettes threw herself in front of the King's horse. All she was meaning to do, in fact, was just disrupt the races a little bit, you know. She didn't mean to die, she just wanted to disrupt, cause a bit of a disruption, but unfortunately she lost her life. This is from one of Amy's kits. At the minute it escapes me, I don't think it's buttons, I think it's something else. This is one of Denise's avocado dyed envelopes, and this photograph is in the kit. They're both called Lily. That's my nan and that's my great nana. And yeah, she's beautiful. So that is our protagonist just there. Right, more nice coffee dyeing from Dawn's thing. This is another exclusive page for Laurie, and I just did some flowers, and that's a thing of the Metropolitan Underground Railway, so our, like, the tube. But yeah, London Underground, when the Met line was done, they done these promotional postcards. Here is a little paper clip with a bit of Edith Holden paper on, and just a little journaling card from Edith Holden. The colours was just perfect, so that's why she's in there. Who we got in here? Oh, and this is a meeting of women, all with their fancy hats on and that. I wish it was in colour. And they're all meeting before they're going off to march. And so that's another fabulous one that, yeah, I had to include. That's Amy's kit, Dawn's tube pocket. And we've got an image of the Hunger Strike medal that's just going to be a journaling card in the back there. And a little notebook. That's from Amy's purple kit. That butterfly is from my Lily kit. This is from the Lily kit. And that's just a little, that was on the packaging that the replica pack came in, and I just made a little notebook there, and I used that page. That's like that. That's from the kit as well, from Lily. But I shrunk it all down and made it like that. I just changed the size from A4 to 4x6, I think. And we've got a little tab there with these lovely little piece of jewellery there hanging off it. This is from Denise's Spring Blooms Friendship. That's from my Lily. And we did a double tag there. There's lots and lots of lace, as you can see. You're not blind, you can see it all. Edith Holden and me in the Lily kit. This is Amy's pink construction, I think it's called construction paper, that she sent me some when it was my birthday. Thank you, my darling. And yeah, I just thought it looked lovely. That's a little page from the kit. Little more lace. And just, there's loads and loads of room to write. A nice little coffee dyeing bit. I put a doily on it. And other markings there. That was the second signature. And yeah, oh, that's fell out of the pocket. That's from my Papers Past kit. This, in my story, this is our Lady Elizabeth, who was the lady that my great nana worked for. It ain't. This is from Lily's. This is from Amy's purple kit. But I looked at it and I thought, gosh, she could be my lady, you know, in my story. So, what have I got here? Yeah, I've got a little cluster down here with another Votes for Women badge. And, yeah, that was from my Papers Past kit. And so are these share certificates. I've folded them up. There's loads of room to journal on the back of them. There's 3 share certificates there, all different. But I found a name because when I was writing the story, I had this thing going on in my head that when the votes was first given to women in 1918, before they gave them properly in 1928, which was when my nan was still carrying on trying to get them for, the lady Elizabeth, when her husband died, she gifted her some share certificates that they could buy a house with, so that when my nana got to 30, she could vote. This is in my story. And so I was going through all old newspapers, because they used to put the wills being read, and when I found one for a Viscount there, Viscount Clifton, well, that's her name. When she marries, she becomes like the Viscountess Clifton, but she's a lady in her own right from birth. And so, yeah, when I found that, I thought, right, their name's going to be Clifton when she's married, and it all ties in with the story, because she was left money and stuff in the will, and, yeah, I thought it would be a good kind of storyline that she gifts the money to, of some of it, not all of it, just some share certificates, that she gifts it to my nana, but in real life that didn't happen. Right, so we've got a nice big Votes for Women image, and that is from my kit, I think, yeah, from the Lily one, with Hope and Faith on there, and it's an altered guest check. I'm sorry, any excuse to come out here. My daughter has just popped upstairs and she knows where she's gone, but she just comes and asks because she wants to see what I'm doing. It's so awful that I can't let her join in anymore. Anymore, she didn't, but Lily used to, didn't she? But yeah, anyway, back to this. I've got a page out of old book, and it's Latin, English and French, and I thought it was just cool because, like I said at the beginning, posh people love throwing a bit of Latin in here, there and everywhere, and I thought it would have been like nice in the story that she tried to educate herself by like taking a page from a book to teach herself Latin, but which she didn't do that. We've got some Edith Holden here. Another little replica on an altered paper clip. More of Denise's avocado dyeing here on this paper. Got the word Hope there. Oh yeah, and that folds out like that. And this is the thing, the Cat and Mouse Act. And there's another image on the back. They was from that replica pack. Oh, I won't be able to get it on now, will I, now I'm on camera? Oh yeah, I will. Right, that's it. Oh, nearly. I got there in the end, didn't I? This is another page that is exclusive to Laurie. We've got a little butterfly on this. I've done a little tab like this on all 5 signatures. This one's got an angel. And the butterfly, obviously, some music, sheet music. Denise's Spring Blooms Friendship kit, a page from book. Some more of that lovely mulberry paper, and that was a gift for my birthday. I think I said that already. Another exclusive page to Laurie. Obviously the book page. Denise, and yeah, I just printed my page on the other side of her page. So yeah, that was from her Spring Blooms Friendship. That page is in the Lily kit. It's just the background paper that I included. Oh yeah, some of the pages I've used different thicknesses of papers. I've used parchment like this, vellum. There's a lot of different papers, so there's lots of different textures, which I love. I just really love different textures. Oh, Edith Holden, I just think it adds a little bit more. This is from the kit, Lily. The Latin, you can see there's bits there. So, Laurie, if you want to sit like this, you can teach yourself Latin. Got a nice little cluster up there, and that is another button from my Nana's button box, and it's like it's a raised one, like what they used to have on their boots. I've got a picture here actually. This picture is included in the journal and the story. These are the twins. Sadly, one of them passed away. I've written that in the full story. Like that's my nan, and obviously Nana and Grandad. And they've got those boots that go up to the calf with all the little buttons. And yeah, they're wearing them in this picture as well. They was the thing, weren't they? But this is like a boot button, but all with little diamantes and that. So yeah, that's that one. Another Lily page. Ordered guest check. I think we did this on camera, and that guest check was one of Denise's avocado dyed ones, and that's the end of that signature. And then, oh, I've missed a page, some wicked coffee dye in there. Look, there's that picture that I just showed you, and I backed it with the postcard, which is also in the Lily kit. Oops, and I was just putting the whole family upside down. Got a nice little tag there with a butterfly, and another one of those little replica images. I did some stenciling there. This is from Amy's black and white colouring book, 1800s colouring book, 1900s colour. The black and white colouring book, I can't remember. I'm sure there's a date. 1800s colouring book, or yeah, I think it's that. And yeah, look how lovely that is. So I included that. We've got a small dictionary page, Lily kit. We did this on our take-free envelopes. That was the first ever episode. That's from Edith Holden. We've got the arrest of Miss Grace Rowe there with the thing, and that's from the kit. This is that one of the pages shrunk down again. It's that image again that I used on my booklet. That's from the kit, Lily, and that is from the kit, Lily. There is our tab for this signature, and we've got these nice green little cluster of beads, and that was from a vintage necklace that I got from a flea market. Denise's Spring Blooms friendship paper, this lovely book page. We've got an altered paper clip there, and here we've got a suffragette demonstration at Bow Palace, which is only up the road from where my family are from. And see, the other side of that is that, and so it's the exact same thing as my image, but in different colours and that. So yeah, that was a coincidence, wasn't it, when that came, seeing as it's, yeah, the exact same thing. But yeah, it's different colours, isn't it, to mine. Another one of Dawn, and well, I keep saying Dawn, the book Vandal Shop, if you don't know, but I'm sure everyone does, because she's magnificent. And yeah, this pocket, I love them. I'm going to be doing them all the time. Made this lovely tag, and when I was doing some coffee dyeing, it's never happened before, but this time a bit of sheet music was on top of a normal plain bit of paper, and some of the colour run, and so you can see the sheet music really, really faint, and I loved the effect. I thought, I'm not throwing that way. Like, because at first I thought, oh, I've ruined the paper, and when I saw what it had done, I thought, no, that's fabulous, I'm keeping that. These are both from Amy's purple kit, another one of them little things, and I think we did these on camera. And oh, and that's from Amy's torn paper and ferns. I remembered that one. Oh, right, get it in. I'm sorry this is so long, but yes, 280 pages from the Lily kit. Again, from the Lily kit, and I sewed it onto a page from Spring Bloom's Friendship. In here, I'm not sure if there's one thing or two things. I just gently, oh no, in that side there's one thing. And this time they're marching to Buckingham Palace, and they're for a deputation to the King, led by Mrs. Pankhurst. And yeah, they're going right to Buckingham Palace saying, come on, we ain't having this. So another little image there. And I made this just out of a little bit of fabric, and we've got a teeny tiny tag with a little gem hanging from it. Lovely coffee dyeing markings. This page is from the Lily kit. I really love that page. Nice coffee dyeing again. The other bit of Denise's Spring Bloom's Friendship, and I've stitched around. There's some, I did some zigzag, and then I did some plain, and then more zigzag. I was just going for it. So we've got another one of those double-sided replica postcards. And here we've got a demonstration in Hyde Park, and it's telling you all what's going to be on what platforms, who's going to be the speakers and all that. And so yeah, and it's telling you the time and route of their procession. So that was really cool. I loved all this ephemera that I sent off for. I was really pleased that I did, because I thought it just adds so much authenticity to my story. So that's from the Lily kit. This is from the Lily kit. The other side of Dawn's tube pocket. Another image from them. A song sheet, and this is from the East London Federation of Suffragettes. And this is they branched off from the WSPU and started their own movement. And oh sorry, yes, so they branched off from the WSPU and formed this East London Federation of Suffragettes, and they used to march and sing songs and that. So when this came, I was like, ah! So yeah, I'm including it in the thing, but I've photocopied it, obviously not to use because it belongs to somebody else, but just to have a copy, because yeah, my Nana was on the ground at the beginning of them. So yeah, I was amazed and just full of joy. This is from Amy's Purple, and so is that little stamp down there. This is the other piece of jewellery that matches the piece hanging from the bag, or one of the pieces. And can you see it's got a lovely, lovely little flower right in the middle of that upper disc. And so yeah, I really love that. So that goes in there. And then book page, Denise's Spring Bloom's Friendship, sheet music obviously. This is from the Lily kit. Dictionary. This is from Amy's black and white old colouring book. I used some of the applique that I've used on the front of the journal and on the bag, and made like a little tip in there. And then that is that signature. And then we're at the end signature. This is page exclusive to Laurie. Some nice coffee dyeing, and that is a page from the Lily kit. More sheet music. Another one of those pockets that I did at the top like that, or going through the middle. I just thought it just made a change, just something different to look at. That's Mrs. Pankhurst again, and that is a procession of women marching to vote. This was just an altered little place card that you have like on a table, and that. More of Amy's old-fashioned colouring book. There's a little lily there that I made into just a journaling card. Lovely lace. this is a page from the Lily kit. That is a piece of avocado dyed paper done by Denise. Little cluster up there. This is an old handkerchief, but not an old handkerchief. And they're not old actually. I bought a pack of them off of eBay. They've never ever been used. It's not like someone's old handkerchief. It's just they was old fashioned looking, and so I bought a pack and I've made that into a double pocket. And there's an old receipt there from my Papers Past kit. They're my little kiddies when they was kiddies, and the school did a thing where they was taking photos and let them all dress up, and I included that in the Lily kit. But yeah, they're my daughters, and obviously that's my two sons. And then this was a coffee dyed envelope that I got a really brilliant effect from the doily that Dawn gave me, and I just altered that little RSVP card, and that I popped that in the front pocket and the other bits in the back. So that was that. Book page. This is from my kit, and that's where I use that image. What have we got over here? That was from the page of collage that Amy gifted to everybody for her 10k celebration. That's from the kit, Lily. And this is the WSPU, a letter, a replica of a letter by Mrs. Pankhurst that she sent out to her members, which my nana was involved in them, but then yeah, when Sylvia branched off, that was a thing. It was right on their doorstep. It was for working class women, which was what they wanted. So I made that little journaling card by shrinking down a page from the kit, Lily kit rather. That's in the Lily kit. So is that, and I think so is that. And yeah, I shrunk down the page to this size, and then I shrunk it down even more for that, because this is folded in half to make the pocket. And then on this side, I think we did this on camera, I decoupaged on that time clocking in card that was gifted to me by Dawn, and yeah, doubled it up. And so we've got a nice deep pocket at the back with these tags. And I've done a little wax seal on that one. And then I made a little pocket on the front just with a piece of lace, and I put two tiny tags in there that I've done. So that's that. Avocado dyed paper, my Lily kit, got some nice trim down along there, some hearts there. I just put a little bit of sari silk and flowers there onto that little paper clip. And this envelope is in the Lily kit, and this is a piece of coffee dyed paper that I love those markings. I will be doing a kit of them very soon because I just think they're so super cool. And that just sits on there and is held in place by that little paper clip there. And then this is a lily in Amy's old colouring book pages, and yeah, I thought I'd have the lily at the end for our lilies. And then another pocket like that, and that's from the kit. And that is my great nana Lily, and this is two of her daughters, my Auntie Rose, who I named my daughter after, and my Auntie Winnie, and she's in the story. Rosie weren't born at that point of the story. Well, she was by the end, but yeah, Winnie's in it. And then I've got the last tab that I've done, and I've got a nice big long tassel there, and then we've got some lace and that what's it called, pleated trim that I got, and then that is the end. So a big chunky journal. Without all the ephemera in, there's a shed load of room to write. Well, there's loads of room to write anyway, but yeah, she wouldn't be this chunky. She would sit down more easily in her normal size, but obviously I've put loads and loads of stuff in. But yeah, that is her. A book is a dream that you hold in your hand, and I do hope Laurie finds this to be something that inspires, like a good dream, not a bad one. I really hope so. And did I show you like the little bits and bobs? I've pinned bits on, little flowers. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So anyway, thank you very much for watching and to listening to me story. Obviously not all of it, it's 14 big pages long, but yeah, for what you did listen to and that, you get the gist of it. And yeah, I just hope you liked it. I really did love making this. I didn't want it to end, but it has ended. And yeah, as you can see, I didn't want it to end. I went a bit mental. But yeah, I do really hope, Laurie, I know you're watching, I really hope that you love her. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with something really soon. I really love you and appreciate you all. Bye for now. Bye.